It is currently one of my least favorite seasons of the entire year, summer. But the Halloween season has officially begun. So what would be a better way to start the season off than to unbox an animatronic? Let's get into it. Hey everyone, Darealist here. Today, we are going to be unboxing the Spirit Halloween 2018 Flying Vulture Animatronic. Bit of a backstory on this guy. I purchased this prop back in 2019, and he worked until about November, then I put him away. When I took him back out in March to test him out to see if he worked for the next year, he did not work. His speaker blew out. I put him back because I didn't want to mess him up more and I didn't know what to do. Then I take him out again to see if he was working because at the time I was dumb. And when I took him out, the only things that was working on him were the LEDs. So his motor was completely done for. And then a few months go by, I take him back out. I didn't even try to use him, but then he sits in my basement for almost a year. Then I take him out. The only thing that works are the LEDs still, but eventually those gave up as well. The IR sensor is literally the only thing that works on the prop anymore. But a few days ago on Mercari, I saw someone selling a Flying Vulture. It was partially broken. However, I was able to use parts from my Vulture to repair it. I don't know your name, but I'll put you up on the screen. Huge shout out to you. Without you, my Vulture would have been broken for probably a long time. But without further ado, let's get into this unboxing. So, I already did take this out yesterday. He did arrive yesterday. And here is the inside of his box. So we're going to start out by taking out his module carefully because his wires are not the greatest quality. Here is his module. It is a plastic mechanism on a wooden base thing. Here's his control box, and originally you're supposed to see these little holes here. You're supposed to hook it onto these plastic pieces here, but I guess the guy tied it up. Now, what was broken on this was this piece for the head, as well as this piece. They were both broken, so I used the ones from my 2019 model to repair the parts on this. Here we have his head and body, which take a look at his head. It has quite a nice amount of detail, and I honestly really enjoy the look of this head. The last thing I really have to take out of the box are the instructions. He does still have his instructions, which honestly, it's kind of crazy. He doesn't have a story, and I don't have the story for mine, unfortunately, but someday I am hoping to find another story for this guy. Off camera, I have his wings because I do not want to mess them up. They are posed exactly the way I want them to be posed, so I decided to not take them apart for this unboxing. But that is basically all the parts for the Spirit Halloween 2018 Flying Vulture. Let's get into the setup. Now, your first step to setting up this animatronic would be to attach the control box. However, it is already attached with mine, so no need to do that. You would use the small hooks here and the small holes on the sides of the control box and hang it off of those white hooks. Your next step, which will be pretty tricky to do on camera, holy crap, there are bugs everywhere. That's one of the reasons I hate summer. You are going to want to attach the head by taking the hook and putting it through the hole on the head. Then you are going to take this little piece from the head and connect it to the notch on this until it snaps into place. You need to be careful with it or it'll snap, like the one that I had or bought, my bad. And there we go, it is connected. I will be doing this step off camera, but if you lift these up, you can see that there are holes in this wing module / mechanism piece. For the wings, there are little hooks at the bottom, fork connector pieces, whatever. Well, not really fork connectors because there's literally only one piece, but you are going to want to take this end, push it into the holes from here, and you are going to want to do this for both the left and right wings. Go ahead and connect up all the wires from this prop to the wires from the control box. There is an IR sensor wire from the clothing that you will want to connect to the IR sensor jack on the control box. There are also 2 wires coming from the head that connect into both black and red wires, I cannot talk, coming from the control box. You will need to be careful because these wires are quite brittle, honestly, and they are not the best quality. So there's this wire that you will also need to connect, and the wire coming from the wing mechanism to the wire coming from the control box, just like this. This is probably the most fragile wire, so you are going to need to be super careful with it. Once that is done, you are going to want to locate the Velcro on the side of his body and connect it to the Velcro coming from the sides of this plastic piece, just like so. It's a bit hard to do with this camera angle. I'm sorry that it's not the best. I'm having a bit of issues today. Once you're done, you are going to want to find a spot to hang this prop. Keep in mind, this is the type of thing used to hang him. You are going to need something that will be able to hang him up without any issues. I have a spot for him, so I'm going to go ahead and hang him up. And here he is in all his glory, the Spirit Halloween 2018 Flying Vulture Animatronic. Now, before I get into my personal thoughts on this guy, we're going to get straight into the demo. That right there was the Spirit Halloween 2018 Flying Vulture Animatronic. He's right behind me. I think this is one of the most underrated animatronics Spirit Halloween has ever sold. If you were to search up Flying Vulture Spirit Halloween or Flying Vulture Animatronic, there are barely any videos of this guy, like, outside of the store. I think he's a little simple, but really effective, and he would be a great scene setter for farms, cemeteries, and more. For $79.99, it's a bit steep for what you're getting. That was his retail price. I'd say it's more worth around $59.99 to $49.99, and those are because of my personal cons with him. Number one being that he has a fully wooden module slash base piece, whatever you'd like to call it. It's wooden, it's not gonna last long, and also his mech is completely plastic, which that's most animatronics for ya. And just his wires in general are not good quality. You can make the slightest move and those wires will break. They are very brittle and you will have to repair them. Cons aside, I think he's a really neat budget prop, and I think he deserved more hype because he's really neat and I wish he got more attention. But let me know what you guys think of this prop in the comments below. Do you guys think he deserves more hype, or do you think he deserved to be forgotten? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel for more Halloween videos. Be sure to share the channel around, and let's try to get 2,000 subscribers before Halloween this year. Thanks for watching once again, and this is Darealist, signing